Okay. So what we're doing today is we're going to talk about the expectations I have for you in my classroom. So these would be Mr. Hatton's classroom expectations. Okay? So it's very simple. I have a whole bunch of things that you will do, and then just one thing that you will not do. All right? So we're going to start off with some things that you will do. If I were you, I would copy these things down, take some notes. So the first thing that you will do when you're in my classroom is you're going to raise your hand. Okay? It's just a better way of communicating in class. If everybody chooses not to raise their hand and just starts talking, people get cut off. I don't get to complete my thoughts or my sentences. It's frustrating. It's annoying. More than one people speaking at once. So it's just a better way of communicating. And if we do this, it helps point us towards our overall goal. So we can see this wonderful gentleman. You can tell he's just been to the barber. He's got lined up yesterday, first day of school, sitting nicely, raising your hand. And what you got to think about, all of you guys going into 8th grade, raise your hand if you were in preschool. Raise your hand if you went to preschool. If you went to preschool, this is your 10th year of school. You've been going to school for a decade, right? This right here, raising your hand, you should have learned in the first 3 days in preschool. So if you can't do it now, I don't have any sympathy for you. Figure it out, okay? Second one, you are going to give effort. This is probably the thing I will harp on the most. You have got to try. Now, notice I didn't say you need to learn to love math, okay? I didn't say that, okay? Some of you love math, some of you hate it. That's probably not going to change. I'm going to try and make it bearable for you. I'm going to try and make it so you don't come in hating it and that you feel that you can be successful at it. But I can only help you if you give effort. So we need to be like this dude right here, man. He's got two books going on. He's got that tongue sticking out like he's trying hard. This is what I need from you. Give effort. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to be respectful, okay? Be respectful. Look at this little guy. He's so just nice, polite, respectful. You can say almost anything you want to me if you say it respectfully, okay? So if you think my shoes are ugly, you don't stand up in the middle of class and say, "What are those?" Right? That's not how we go about it. What you need to do is you come to me after class. So Corbin's going to come after class, and Mr. Hatton, I need to talk to you, man to man. And then after everybody else leaves, Corbin's like, "You guys stop wearing those because you just look like a joke when you wear those, and it's hard for us to concentrate when you wear, those ratty shoes." And then I'm like, "Okay, thank you for your opinion." If you don't like an activity we do in class, I don't need you to stand up and cuss and throw a chair across the room and say, "This is stupid." But you know what you can? You can come to me at the end of class and say, "Mr. Hatton, that activity we did today, I know I didn't find it helpful. I talked to 5 other kids in the class, and they didn't like it or find it helpful. Is there any way that we could change it or do something different?" You know what? I'm glad to listen to that, all right? So you can say almost anything you need to say in here, but make sure it's respectful. There is one thing that you will not be able to do, all right? And some of you have already displayed this kind of behavior today. Students will not talk when the teacher's talking. If you can master that one, you and I will probably get along fine. If you can just remember not to talk when I'm talking, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Okay? Because you've got to remember, some of you are used to being like the queens and kings of your castle. You rule the roost. You do what you want to do when you want to do. And that doesn't work well in a classroom with 20, 25 kids in it, okay? So you will not talk while the teacher is talking. All right, back to the more positive things. What are we going to do? Students will be prepared, okay? Be prepared. Already got some people not bringing pencils, Herbert, okay? All right, so you need to bring your supplies with you. I want you to bring pencils. You'll probably need paper. Yes, we will use laptops. Yes, we will do some Schoology. Yes, we will do stuff online. But in mathematics, we do lots of solving equations, a lot of writing down numbers, a lot of erasing. So we need pencils. We need paper. Okay? And if you're not prepared, then it means that I can't do my job. All right? So don't put me in a situation where I'm not able to do my job. Next one. Students will follow directions. A lot of you are like this young lady right here. All right? The sign says don't touch. And what's she going to do? I'm going to touch it. Right? The exact opposite. And then that's where you are sometimes. You know, if someone says, don't look left, what does everybody do? What's left? Let me see what's over there. Right? But that... Right. It's not that you want to see anything. It's just that natural curiosity. Why am I not turning? Oh, okay. Right. So the whole point is follow directions. So don't do what I say don't do, and make sure you do the things I ask you to do. And when I say do something, it's not because I love being a boss and ordering around little teenagers, because that really makes me feel like a man. No, it's just that my job means I've got to run this classroom in such a way that people learn, okay? And if you do what I ask, we'll be able to do that. So do what I ask, do it right away, do it with a happy attitude, okay? And keep on doing it. I don't need one of these, some of these students, I'm like, sit down, and they're like, okay, and they sit down. Right back up, okay? I need you to do what I ask you to do and keep on doing it, all right? Don't be like her. Not cool. And then one that's obviously kind of obvious but very important is to listen, okay? And we have to define listen a little bit. Listen is not just hearing words floating in one ear and out the other. Listening involves concentrating and focusing on the words, attempting to understand the words, and then using that information, using it. Okay? It's very important that you listen. So then the question is why? Why are we listening? Why are we doing all this? Okay? Well, actually, let me get to rewards first. If you are able to do this, if you are able to do these things, there might be some basic rewards. I might give you some verbal praise. In other words, good job. You did great. Right? Now, some people are like, that's so lame. But it actually can be helpful. It's nice to hear those things. It's encouraging. Right now, it's not like winning the lottery. It's not like someone giving you a piece of candy, but it's nice. Maybe a blue slip. You can get a blue slip, put it in the box, and maybe get your name drawn for a prize. 8th grade prizes are better than the 7th grade ones. A positive phone call. Positive phone calls can be great for kids who normally don't get positive phone calls. I once called someone's parent, and they said, oh, what does she do now? I said, nothing. She actually did really well. She had a great week. She did well in class. She understands. She's working hard, turned in all her assignments. I just want to let you know she did a good job. And then there was silence on the other end of the phone. Like they couldn't believe it. And she's like, oh, okay, well, thanks. I said, all right, no problem. I just want to let you know. And then the next day, the student came in so happy because of one positive phone call. The mom took him out and bought them Texas Roadhouse for dinner and a whole brand new outfit, because that's the first time this kid had gotten a positive phone call home. So it does pay dividends sometimes, all right? And then the last thing, I might have some prizes laying around. Sometimes I get some of that cheap knockoff Big K pop. No big deal. But when you get to this stage of the afternoon, pop's all right. Pop helps you stay awake. And I actually used to, maybe I'll try this again. My 8-9 has such a trouble after lunch, end of the day, staying awake, that I used to bring in chips and pop and let you buy it for real cheap. Whatever it costs, not to make money, but just to have that here. So I would have kids munching on Cheetos, drinking some citrus, and being able to pay attention. So we'll see if we can work that out. The law has changed about eating certain foods in class. We'll see. All right, so those are rewards. What about consequences? Oh, look at this guy. He's so sad. So sad. Consequences. Obviously, I'm not here just to make your life miserable, so you'll get a warning. All right, but probably only one. I'll be like, Robert, what did I tell you? Don't do that again. And then Robert will be all right. But if Robert doesn't listen after I give him a warning, then the next step is a memory refresher. And a memory refresher is a nice piece of paper that you have to fill out. You have to copy all my classroom expectations. You got to tell me which one you're struggling with. And you got to tell me, write a paragraph that says, here's what I'm going to do next time. And it's got to be full sentences, got to be punctuated correctly. Capitalization has to be correct, and it has to make sense. In a paragraph, 4 sentences, right? All that has to be there. You've got to do it right away. Now, let's say you get a warning, you get a memory refresher, and you still screw up. Well, I'll call home, but this phone call probably isn't going to get you Texas Roadhouse and a brand new outfit. Okay? This is probably going to get something taken away. Give me your phone, confiscated, grounded, whatever. Right? But as a parent, if my kids are acting a fool in school, I want to know about it. And I think yours would as well. Okay? So, phone call. After that, I used to do detentions. I may do it again, but sometimes by then I'm tired of you. If I give you a warning, this, and you still act a fool, see you. If I called your mama and you still want to act up, just go to the office because nothing I can do. If you're not going to listen to your mama, you're not going to listen to me. So go to the office. Okay. That typically doesn't happen in my class. Right? But if I don't send very many kids out, and then all of a sudden I send one of you to Mr. Elliott, what's he going to think? Man, this kid really did something. Okay? That's what they're going to think.
Did you count 8 periods?
What am I counting for?
We're counting how many kids are in each period.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 24? You got 24? I got 24. 24. All right. So that is the consequences. Okay? Now, to the why. Why? Why do I care? Why do I take the time to talk about expectations? Why do I take the time to talk about consequences and rewards? What's the point? Why? Well, what are we trying to accomplish?
So we'll know and not act a fool.
Yeah, but what are we trying to accomplish? Why are we here?
Oh, to learn.
We're trying to learn. Is that what you're going to say? We're trying to learn. Okay? We are trying to learn. My job is to help you learn. And if there's not structure, if there's not a positive learning environment, that doesn't help. And then I can't do my job. And my bosses don't like it when I don't do my job, just like any other boss. Okay? I'm not going to allow you to interrupt me doing my job. Okay? It's just the way it is. So, that is why we do it. And that is all. Thank you very much.